Hello, everyone. We are back for another great time with Jarhead Hot Takes with your favorite. That's right, I said it. Your favorite Jarhead right here, AJ Cox. So, we're moving right along. I'm going to just do a couple things right up front. And the first thing I want to do is say thank you to everyone who has downloaded this last month. I know Brazil, you have really come in strong, and I appreciate it. You had the highest downloads of everybody. So thank you to anybody in Brazil that is out there checking this podcast out and just checking everything out that I got going on. So thank you for doing that. I encourage you, please continue. We want to see Brazil and everybody down there in South America that is there and around the world. Go ahead, watch these episodes, watch them, see what we got going on. It's a pretty good deal, I think, in my humble opinion. But anyways, I'm excited. We had over 2,600 downloads in September, which is pretty freaking cool. If we could do at least that in October, I would be probably the happiest dude on the face of the earth. And it's just so cool that it has gone that far. And that's thanks to you guys. And you guys rock. Even everybody here in the U.S., even though you came in second this last month, it's all good. Don't worry about it. But I will tell you, man, like, subscribe. Go in and to Apple Podcasts. Go into Spotify. Go into iHeartRadio. Whichever platform that you like to go into. You can watch it on the website if you're on a computer. But go in, watch the episodes. Make some comments. Let me know who is listening and where you're at and what you think about the episodes, what you think about the podcast in general. If you go to Apple Podcasts, you can actually go in and hit the button to, what's it called? Leave a review. You can leave a review. You can mark it, 1 star, 5 stars, whatever you think. Even if the reviews are bad, I'm okay with that. Just put something on there. Let me know what you're thinking. That'd be a really cool thing to do. All right. With that, I got a couple of folks there who have joined on the Ticker Talkers, which is pretty cool. TikTok's been doing pretty good for me lately, which is awesome. And I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining and stuff. But we're going to get into it. This is Wisdom Wednesday. Oh, yeah. Wisdom Wednesday. And this is going to be a good one for everybody. I think everybody's going to enjoy this. But trust the process. We have to trust the process. That's right. And that is not an easy task sometimes, right? We talked on Monday about owning the day, right? We got to make sure that we're putting all our effort in and planning like we need to plan in order to have a successful day. And that turns into a successful week. That turns into a successful month. And you got to keep building on it, right? But I will tell you, it's not going to come overnight. You're not going to see the results right away, and that's unfortunate. Maybe you will, and that's really cool if you do, but it's not going to happen that way for most people. It's something that you got to build on day after day after day, and you got to keep those habits going as you're doing it, right? Those positive habits that are going to keep you engaged, keep you set up for success for the following day, for that day, taking the time to sit down and really just think about all the things that you have coming up and plan them out accordingly. That way you're spending enough time, right? And then we talked about still sharpening steel, right? What do you got to do? You got to go out and you got to find somebody that is like-minded, that somebody that you look and you say, man, that dude is squared away, or that lady's squared away. I want to get their inside scoop. And you start asking questions. You start saying, how do you do this? How do you do that? Right. And we talked about that yesterday. And you got to trust this process. I'm telling you, it's going to take some time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it taking its time, but you may not see results right away. That's what I'm getting at. Right. But big results come from steady routines. Big results come from steady routines. What do I mean by that? That means, just like we were saying a second ago, you got to continue and push and get those routines of preparing for the day, get those routines going of getting your skills sharpened by going to somebody else and asking questions and getting advice and getting help, all that type of stuff. But you got to get prepared for it. All right. Maximus says he's going to Marine OCS. That is awesome, Maximus. That's what I'm talking about. I go out there and do some good things, learn from everybody. Just like we're talking about right now, you got to trust the process when you go to OCS. Trust the process. It's going to get you where you need to go. It's been tried and it's been proven, and just trust the process, right? And if you're trusting the process, if you're putting in the effort every single day, eventually it's going to come to fruition. But you have to put in big work. You have to try really hard to get big results. And I got to be honest, like I started this podcast and I'm doing all this, and I've been trying to be consistent about posting, consistent about coming on here and giving good information, and it's consistent in getting people on to tell their stories. And I've just been pushing and pushing and pushing. And I have got to be honest with you, man, oh man, I did not see results quickly. It has been, I mean, we've been going for what, 2 years now, and it's been slow going. Like building an audience, building the credibility within it, and just getting that out there. It's been difficult. It's not been the easiest of things. And you talk about getting down on yourself. Woo, man, I have gotten down on myself and talked bad about myself, and oh, this isn't going to work, and this and that, and woe is me, right? Man, it's been tough, but you got to figure out a way to continue to push forward, continue to move in the direction that you want to go. And you got to figure out how to do that. One of those ways is you need to have teamwork, right? Even though this is a single adventure or a venture for me as an individual, I couldn't do it if I was doing it all by myself. Why do I say that? Well, one, my wife has to support me. She has to say, hey, I like what you're doing. Hey, I trust what you're doing. And I think you're doing a fantastic job. Keep pushing, keep pushing. I need that cheerleader on my team. And she's doing a fantastic job at that. She's also helping me with a lot of the paperwork side of the house. She's very good at all that type of stuff. We're setting up the nonprofit. She's very good at that. I couldn't do all that by myself. Are you kidding me? No, I wouldn't even know where to start. But having her, and we are a team as we move forward in this, she has been helping tremendously. And then I got my crew, right? My crew comes on. They encourage me every week that they come on, and they talk and they say, man, this is great. You're doing good. Just keep it up and blah, 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 blah. And that encourages me. That makes me want to continue to do and continue to trust that process. And then I've got individuals out there, that volunteered to get on and help me push a lot of this stuff on social media and stuff like that. Carlos is out there. He's actually my co-host when we do the Jarhead Jabbers, which is the Marine Corps League episodes. He's my co-host out there. He's been helping. Erica down in Texas, she's been helping. And I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are making life a little bit easier for me. You're pushing this stuff out so I can start seeing more and more come to fruition. And this has been a fantastic thing for me. I've really enjoyed it, seeing it, and as it's developing. But like I said, it's not something that you're going to see overnight. It's not an overnight success. And when that does happen, it's not always an overnight success. You may hear and somebody may say, yeah, they're an overnight success. No, I beg to differ. It may happen to onesies and twosies out there, but typically speaking, it's somebody that is grinding, putting in the work, tried and true, just pushing and continuing to push. And that's one of the great things is if you continue to do that, and then all of a sudden you do become successful, people are going to say, oh, that's an overnight success. I never heard of them before. But trust me, I know. You know, that person put in some work to get where they are. So yeah, I mean, that's an incredible thing. So another thing you got to think about when you're trusting this process, you need to turn your weaknesses into strengths, right? You need to take yourself and those things that you're not good at, right? You either, one, need to find somebody that's good at it, that's willing to help you. right? Steel sharpens steel. Go out and get somebody to teach you. Go out and get somebody to show you the ways and the way you need to do it moving forward. 2, educate yourself. You got to go out there and you got to look at everybody else's stuff. You got to figure out what everybody else is doing, what is making them successful. And then you got to teach yourself, or go to somebody, have them teach you, right? You got to educated on whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, right? So that's how you can turn those weaknesses into strengths. And once you have figured out some of those weaknesses, once you figured out what to do with those things, it does become a strength, because now you're focused on it. Now this is brought to the forefront. Now I'm going to make sure that this is good to go. And that's what you do. You just keep pushing, right? Take every single weakness that there might be and figure out a way to make that a strength. And that is, man, that's going to go a long, long ways in trusting that process. And like I said, it's not going to happen overnight, right? It's not going to happen overnight. Those overnight successes are rare. So the other thing you need to do is you got to have patience, because patience, that's a form of leadership, right? Patience. You got to be patient. Yeah, that's a form of leadership right there. And man, having patience. Oh my gosh, how many of you out there struggle with having patience? Whoo! I know I struggle with that every single day. I want things done now. I don't want it done later. I want all the podcasts to do well now. I want all this stuff to happen now. And it is hard to have some patience. And that's something that, and I say it's part of leadership, right? When you're leading groups, right, you have to know and recognize that their ability to get things done may not be on the level of your ability to get things done, which means they may be a little bit slower, and you have to realize that, right? So that's part of leadership, knowing your individuals that are serving, and being able to recognize and be patient with them and figuring it out for themselves. Because, hey, figuring things out for yourself, that's the best way to learn, right? Because you screw it up. Oh, I learned 2 ways of not to do it. So I'm going to do it a 3rd way. And hopefully that's the right one. As long as you're continuing to better yourself, right? We talked about that the other day as well. So the process builds the warrior, not shortcuts. The process is what's going to build you and make you better. Right? You don't want to take those shortcuts. You don't want to go out there. Here's a good example. And I did this, and I shouldn't have, but I did this at one point in time. I went out and I bought a package where they would get me, so many friends and da 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 da. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and get these friends. It's a shortcut. It'll help me out. And then I went ahead and did it. Man, I got a bunch of friends. I did. I got lots of people that friended me, but they weren't my friends. They weren't watching my stuff. They weren't doing anything. Like, all it said was I got more friends. That's it. That's all it said. I was trying to take a shortcut and thinking, man, maybe this will work. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't work out for me. Maybe it's worked out for somebody out there. I don't know. If it has, good on you. Run with it. But you don't want those shortcuts. Learn over time, right? As I've been doing this podcast, as I've been doing this, I've been learning here and there and little tidbits about this, little tidbits about that. And I mean, I've learned a lot. And, now I got people asking me like, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? And, da-da-da. And I'm saying, well, don't do it this way. I learned, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is the way you need to do it, or this is a way to do it. But I learned not to do it these ways. So you got to kind of look at it that way. But it is really, really cool to be able to start to see those changes over time. And if you're trusting in yourself, you're trusting in the process. Like if you're going to a school, you're going to whatever, there's a process that has to happen in order to get you your education. There's a process that has to happen in order for you to learn a job. There's a process, and you got to trust that process. You got to trust the people around you. And I get in our world, especially now, it is not easy to trust people. It is not easy to trust. So my dogs, something happened in there. They're going crazy. But you do have to trust people. And how do you trust somebody when, one, you don't know anything about them, right? Man, like me, you guys don't know me. I don't know you, but there has to be some level of trust. There is some level of trust, because some of you have come on here and you've been listening for a little bit. You've trusted that whoever this Yahoo is over here on this side has something worth listening to. And you're just trusting that, that hopefully it'll be good. You clicked on it and you were like, yeah, here we are. Hopefully this is a good thing, right? You're having trust that it's going to be good. Sometimes it's not. And okay, well, now I know not to trust that whenever I click on it. So if that's one of you guys out there, you don't like what I got going on here, then hey, more power to you. Click on to somebody else, get something out of somebody else. But remember, what is the big thing that we're trying to accomplish here? What is that? Yeah, that's right. We're going to be positive. We're going to lift people up. We're going to do everything the opposite of how society is right now. Because society, what do? They're going to burn you. They're going to take you and just tear you down. They're going to go out and say negative things about you. They're going to, just everything negative, negative, negative. You watch the news, it's all negative. We have to get more positive in this world, right? That's what we really need to do. But you got to trust, like, this is a process for me, right? I'm here. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to push all this information. I got to trust that the people out there that actually tune into this are going to take it to heart. And they're going to say, you know what? Maybe I can be a little more positive. Maybe I can help some people out, or, anything like that. Well, I got to trust the process that, more and more people will jump on board with being positive. More and more people will want to tune in. More and more people will want to comment. More and more people will want to engage in being positive. And that's part of the process that I'm trying to get done here. And like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. I'm not going to get everybody overnight. It's not going to happen. Slowly but surely, as long as I continue and push and push and push, and don't let those things get in my way that are going to set me back, right? Eventually, the right person or the right people are going to see it. The right people are going to hear it, and they're going to be like, yes, that's what we need to do. So that's where I'm at today. Wisdom Wednesday, right? We're on I can't even say it. Wisdom Wednesday. So hopefully I gave you a little bit of wisdom. If not, hey, I apologize, but hey, I got to be honest. You out there, you listeners, I want to tell you, you're doing fantastic things out there. I want to thank you for what you're doing out there. Thank you for going out and being positive, being a positive influence on people, letting people know that you love them, letting people know that you want to be with them, you want to be around them, just being that positive person walking around. Maybe that positive person that's just going to go out there and just compliment people on the street when you're walking up and down it. You can say, hey, I like that hat. That's a good looking hat. I'm just saying, I like to wear hats. I wear different hats all the time. I love it when people compliment my hats. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just got to go out there and you got to do it. What is that? Kooky Tush? You are doing an amazing job. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. See, that's somebody doing positive reinforcement there, and I appreciate you. That's good stuff. And go out and do that to everybody else too. When you're not here on the Ticker Talkers, go out and walk down the street and give people compliments. Just talk nice to people. Ask them how they're doing. You never know, that one time, the one time you could ask somebody, hey, how are you doing? Man, that could be the one life-saving thing that happens, right? But if you don't ask, you don't say something, maybe that person was just waiting for somebody to talk to them, to kind of convince them to not go and do something crazy and go do something, hurt themselves or anything like that, right? Maybe that's what it is. So be nice. You never know what you're going to run into. You never know what people's problems are, how they're dealing with it. They could be on their last straw. And if you say something hateful, that could push them over the edge. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that person. I promise you that. 100%. That one moment can definitely change someone's day. Absolutely. Absolutely, it can. No more empathy for our fellow people. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Are you Filipino? No, I'm not Filipino. Do I look Filipino? Interesting. Nope, I'm not Filipino. I'm not at all. But thanks for joining. I appreciate you. I can't even say the Angel Badoza. I don't know. I'm not good at names. I apologize. Or reading. I'm from Oklahoma, and my reading skills are not as good as some people. But anyway, Wisdom Wednesday, right? Wisdom Wednesday. This is just this Jarhead's take. This is my take. This is this Jarhead. I can't speak on behalf of everybody else. I can't speak on behalf of the Marine Corps. I can't speak on behalf of the Marine Corps League and those guys. This is just this guy, this Jarhead right here. That's what I think. Wisdom Wednesday. Trust the process. Trust the process. It's going to happen in time. Don't get discouraged. Keep your head up. Keep pushing forward. You're going to make it. I promise you that. Thank you for joining me today. This one was a little over 20 minutes, and I appreciate those that joined in. I appreciate those that made comments, was engaging with me. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Please share. Let everybody know about these every day. 11:30 Central is when I do these. So, go out there and push it. Go check out the podcast. If you haven't done that, go check out the podcast. You can go to thelostart.podbean. That's podbean.com. Go check it out. Or you can just type in the Google, The Lost Art Project, and it should populate. You can go see it on any streaming service, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, any of those. There's 5 episodes a week, Monday through Friday. Those get posted at midnight for each day. So if they're there, share them. Again, go in and make some comments. Let me know where you're from and all that good stuff. But go out there, push this stuff out for me if you don't mind. It would be much appreciated. Thank you again. And you guys, like I always say at the end, you just stay motivated and change your socks. Thanks for your time. Bye. The Lost Art of Fishing Stories, written by Andrew Cox. Get your copy today. Go to Amazon and search The Lost Art of Fishing Stories.